Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hammerlock podcast. I'm Glenn, joined by Queerson Bitch, and he's segueing immediately into that. Harrison, you have a fight lined up?
Yeah, apparently I do. I just signed the contract last week. It's June 29th. This fellow named John, but he likes to go by the Rainsville Nightmare, or
Ooh.
as some other people might know him, the Waynesville Nightmare, which is the town I live in. He is angry that I banned him from the discussion group for posting non-related content in October, but just last week he decided to unsheath his fury upon me. Yes, and my poor, pathetic soul. If you can hear this, John, I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. Think of the children.
Oh, of course, the children.
Yes. He told me that he is the assistant trainer at Glory MMA and Fitness in Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri.
He trains with James Krause, right? He's a co-trainer. Is that what he refers to himself? Yeah, the co-trainer.
Yeah, he also trained Tim Elliott, or at least he implied that, and also
implied.
Zach Cummins. Yes, he told me, letter U, know Tim Elliott, Zach Cummins, and I've known James Krause all 10 years of my life, dweeb. So
you are kind of a dweeb, that's true.
He really got me there. I can't.
He did.
He zipped me. He
Man,
got me.
Dude, that's not even like directed towards me, and I'm my feelings are hurt personally.
Well, they should be, because this guy is the real fucking deal. Okay, look, I'm not even sure that he was saying that he knows Tim Elliott. He told me that I know Tim Elliott.
You know Tim Elliott? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You known Elliott since you were 10, right?
Yeah, because he said, you know Tim Elliott, Zach Cummins, and I've known James Krause for all but 10 years of my life. So apparently I'm close with Tim Elliott, and I didn't even know it. So I really should be thanking Mr. John, Mr. Waynesville Nightmare, or I guess Mr. Nightmare, because he let me know that I know one of the most prominent fighters in the flyweight division.
Yeah, the Waynesville Nightmare, dude. That name has me shook. Straight shook, bro.
To my foundation, to my very core, I am shook.
God.
Shook 100%. He also told me that my family is addicted to needle emoji.
Needle emoji?
Yes. He said, believe if I was a Facebook junkie like your family is with needle emoji, I would have said something a lot sooner, and then sent me about 50 mouse emojis.
Oh yeah.
And chicken emojis.
And when is it? This is on pay-per-view, right? Where are we going to see this fight? Can we all go?
Be live from
a back alley in Missouri.
Well, he's not. You know, he told me he's gonna make the trip. He's gonna save me the expense, and he's gonna beat my ass in my hometown and everybody else in it. He called me on the phone to tell me that. Repeatedly.
Live from Myrtle Beach. See Harrison Bitch fight the Waynesville Nightmare only on pay-per-view.
My other nickname is Embarrassin' Itch, which I gotta hand it to you, John. That was actually a pretty good one.
That's so fucking great.
But let me just say, you really think I'm just gonna stand here and let me get beat up, John? You really think I'm gonna do that, John?
Oh, that's a good reference there.
You really think I'm just gonna stand here and let you kill me, John? Really? I wish I could come over there and spit on your face, John Jones. Oh wait, I mean,
Wayne John, the top meme there, Harrison. Oh my god, that's freaking hilarious, dude. We have to cover that somehow. I don't know, but yeah, we're in this discussion group, and this dude just like would post shit all the time, like random shit, and then Harrison kicked him out.
Honest to God, I know this isn't gonna happen, but like, if I could somehow get a hold of Dana White and get this shit from television, boy, you better believe I would.
Oh, dude, go on the Dana White Contender Series, dude.
Yes, but I am a fat ass. I'm pretty sure. So I probably outweigh him by a good bit. So might have to take a couple years to cut weight.
Just take some Mexican weight loss pills or some shit, man.
Well, see, but he's in the peak physical condition for a male.
Is it from the kangaroo meat that Frank Mir had?
Probably. By the way, Frank Mir saying that he ate like for some reason I believe it.
I don't know, dude. That's like probably the craziest thing I heard besides Uberim eating horse meat inflating to 280 pounds somehow.
Because he became.
Give me some of that shit, man. Some of that Uberim horse meat. Holy shit.
Yes. So, live on pay-per-view from Lake Junaluska, Harrison versus John, the Waynesville Nightmare. Now, in order to hype the fight, he told me that he will be down there, and I will be crying. And he ain't lying, because, he is a lion.
He's a regular Maya Angelou, guys. Poet. Top
poet. So rest assured that I am absolutely terrified, and I will not be showing up. I will instead be in my room under the covers, hoping he doesn't find me.
As we all are. I mean, God. Is anyone going to stop his reign of terror?
Anybody listening to this, there's a good chance he knows who you are, and he's coming for you too.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, because the Waynesville Nightmare ain't stopping, man.
Not for anybody.
Oh my God.
This is the
That guy is fucking crazy. I fucking love that.
I'm shook.
Dude, fucking
Truly.
shook.
Barely, I say unto you.
All right. Okay,
Yep.
now let's get back to our regular scheduled podcast. Okay, so last time on the Two Guys One podcast show, we talked about Hunt versus Lewis, and we saw some pretty solid fights. There's really only a few we want to talk about because, to be honest, even though the card was good, there wasn't too many major fights to talk about. But let's start off with talking about Tim Elliott versus Ben Gwynn. Holy shit, dude. Well, he iced him, like, immediately.
Truly shocking. I did not expect that. I remember one of the guys that was going to join us for the podcast when we first started it, our friend Blake.
Yeah.
In the group, by the way, if you're watching this, join the EA UFC discussion group on Facebook. That's where you'll find us on a day-to-day basis if you're interested in discussing MMA and getting beat up by guys in Missouri.
Yeah.
But anyway, Blake, I remember he said, right as the fight was starting, and I was like a couple of minutes behind because of my stream, Please Don't Strike Me Dead, Dana White.
Oh yeah, shit! On our legal stream on Fight Pass.
Yeah,
we watched it after the fights were
on
over.
UFC.tv. That's the only place. That's the home of entertainment. It's the only thing I watch.
Of course.
I just
sleep and breathe the Fight Pass.
I would never ever illegally stream a fight. Never.
Never. It's illegal. It says at the beginning of every pay-per-view. Pay attention, guys. Stay
Please
woke.
send me to jail. I hope we don't get famous enough and he finds this out because Dana, I'm sorry.
We're not sorry, but we're sorry, Dana.
We love you, Papa Dana.
But no, dude, that fight was fucking crazy. Like, Ben Gwynn's a really explosive guy, but right off the bat, he was just throwing leather. He didn't give a shit what Tim Elliott was ranked. He went fucking nuts on that guy.
He said, Tim who?
Yeah, he fucking destroyed him. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, Blake was saying, guarantee Tim Elliott destroys this guy. And then his next comment, mere seconds later, was, oh, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
And that's pretty much sums up Tim Elliott versus Ben.
Yeah. Ben Gwynn. It's like penguin. It's like penguin, but it's Ben Gwynn. But all right, so that was a very impressive rear naked choke submission from Ben Gwynn. It catapulted him in the rankings. It moved him up from number I think 12, I believe, to number 8. He took Tim Elliott's spot. And who do you want to see him fight next, Harrison? I know you don't.
Demetrius Johnson. Fuck it.
Fuck it, man.
Fuck it.
He might have to if he beats if Demetrius beats Silly Dilly or Ray Borg.
Silly Dilly.
Yeah,
That's what I call it.
I remember Don Cruz called him that a long time ago. He's like, "Don't worry, I'm coming for you, Silly Dilly."
Do you remember when, you might not have noticed this because it wasn't really addressed, but I think it was during either his first or second fight with Barao, Mike Goldberg accidentally called him TJ Dillashaw. And I don't know if you're familiar with 4chan, but on the sports board they have like threads dedicated to MMA, and they're called Heme. And some people were like editing images of TJ Dillashaw with like saws on his hands, or just like transparent saws over his face, like buzz saws. It was truly incredible.
Fuck, I'm gonna miss Mike Goldberg.
I do too. He's gone to Bellator. That's
precise precision, Joe.
virtually identical.
Oh, dude. You know, I keep forgetting. Hey, did we address that Theo isn't here right now? Because he's not. Wait. In honor
Theo
of him,
who?
in honor of him, we're gonna mess up the rest of the names on the of these fights. And because he's not here right now, he's doing some senator shit or something like that. I don't know. He's out doing that real shit, and so
shit, boy. His life while we sit in a dark room and talk about fights.
Yeah.
Half naked men.
Half naked. I'm always naked, dude.
In a cage.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like some
that too.
shit. I like it.
Yeah, but anyways, who are we gonna talk about? I think it was like Dane Hooker versus who is it? Roos Pearson. That fight was holy shit, dude. He sent Roos Pearson, whatever the fuck's name is, into another dimension, dude. Like you saw like a split second before that knee landed. He's like, oh shit, oops.
I need somebody to take a video of that and play the song, like Say Something, I'm Giving Up on You as he falls.
Oh shit, yeah, like one of those sad music, or like the
yes,
like the
or Wait on the Wasted.
Dude,
me. That was pretty good.
Dude, that was a good fight. I'm actually pretty impressed by Dan Hooker. He's a protege under Neil Magny, as we said in the last episode, and he looked fantastic, dude. His striking looked better than it's ever been.
Yes.
And he didn't train with.
Did you have Robinson winning that fight up to that point?
Did we pick it? No, I didn't. I mean, he had good.
No, I mean, did you think he was winning?
No, he had good counter strikes, but the Hangman was doing pretty good.
I thought Danielle was winning.
Danielle.
Yeah, we gotta fit in something about him and Barao so I can call him Renee.
Yeah, Renee. We never addressed that. We never addressed
how. But holy shit, man.
We love you, man, but shit, dude. It's headed, Barao.
They say it every time he fights. How are you still calling him Renee? How did you even come up with that?
No, it's all good, Theo, man. We're just busting your balls, man. No judgment. But that fight was great. He looked fantastic. He didn't even train with Neo Magny this time. Actually, I think he trained at Elevation for a while, or somewhere near it, or he lived with Neil Magny for a while, and he trained at home this time. And I thought he looked great. He looked better than he's ever done, and he moved up from featherweight actually. He was
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he moved up from featherweight, and he looked pretty good. I'm not sure I like him in that division per se. He's not really got the frame for a lightweight, but I don't know. I think I like him better at featherweight. He's a tall dude, but like, he's not.
He just doesn't.
He doesn't fit.
At least aesthetically.
No.
But I think he'll be fine. I don't think that he'll like hold a belt necessarily.
No, not right now. But he's looking fresh. He's looking like a new fighter, and I'll probably watch him in the future. I didn't really notice him before.
Just out of curiosity, I guess this fight is supposed to happen 3 times, but Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson, who would you have had winning that?
Tony Ferguson, even though he never admits it, is from my town I live in right now, Muskegon, and he wrestled at CMU actually, And he has
Yeah.
good wrestling in his own right. People seem to forget that. They want to know him as a striker, that lanky jiu-jitsu
We
guy.
don't see it very often. I think he
But no.
likes. I think he likes the striking.
He
but
was a college wrestler, dude. He was his CMU is like a top wrestling program in like our
nice.
in our state.
Join the team.
Yeah, man. Yeah, join the team, guys. But
Stop! When are you gonna start believing in me?
yeah,
Is it after I get KO'd in the knee in the face and then whatever the fuck
And
happened
need-
against Musasa? Sorry,
knee
Chris
in the
Weidman.
face again. Yeah.
Yes, I'm
But-
sorry, Chris Weidman. I don't like you, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The only reason I don't like you is because you knocked out my hero.
Yeah,
but,
same
you know.
here. I was like, no, fuck this guy. But no, back into Tony Ferguson, I think he probably would have won by decision. His stand-up's pretty good. And I don't really believe Habib has the best chin, per se. I've seen him get caught, even against Gleison Tebow, who's not really that proficient of a striker. He got hurt pretty bad. He didn't look good. I really don't see him beating Tony. Tony's too tough.
And the very, very solid point, I think Joe Rogan talked about this on his podcast, was just the most recent fight he was in, with Michael Johnson.
Yeah.
He got cracked.
Yeah, almost immediately. Yeah.
And a lot of people are talking about, he'll ragdoll Conor McGregor, this
No.
and that. I mean, if he gets in, if he gets past striking range,
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah,
absolutely.
He could definitely break Conor, but
You gotta get there first. And let's be honest, Conor McGregor is a much better striker
way
than
faster.
Michael Johnson.
Way faster,
One.
too.
Way faster, way more accurate.
Yeah.
And like Joe Rogan said, I feel like if Conor was to crack him like that, and if Michael Johnson could do it, Conor McGregor's going to find one. It might not be in the first round, might not be in the second round, but I feel like eventually that left hand's going to find its way home, and I think it would be in the first. I don't necessarily think he'd finish him in the first. I think it would probably look a lot like his fight with Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
because
it'd be pretty much like that. That was a great performance. However, we probably should get back to Hunt versus Lewis. We keep getting distracted by these memes and shit. Hunt versus Lewis, I believe his name was. That was
Lois.
That was a Lois.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that
That
fight, to be
fight,
honest.
it wasn't the most exciting, but I kind of could see what he was doing.
I mean, it was the best game plan he probably could have gone in there with.
Yeah, because Derek Lewis is still a street fighter at heart. He's very proficient on the feet. I'm very impressed with you saw him throwing his fucking jumping knees, dude.
Getting knees and shit.
Yeah, and
By the
switch kicks
fight
and
finished,
shit.
Mark Hunt defeated Derek Lewis by TKO in the fourth round. It was a standing finish. A lot of people questioned it. I was a little bit confused by the stoppage. It didn't
It was goofy.
really look like it was there yet.
Yeah, it was really goofy. I thought it was a fair stoppage. It was just a weird place to stop it. Kind of like
I mean, he had just moved away, and Hunt didn't really look like he was landing, and it didn't really look like he quit. Like Travis Brown said that he quit. Now I don't know when he said quit if he was talking about quit during the fight or the fact that Derek Lewis mentioned retirement.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert. He retired at the end of this fight. He said.
Yes. Yeah. He was it like he is retiring or he was thinking about it.
He was like probably. He didn't give a straight answer, but I don't remember. Do you remember who said they talked about retiring? I think it was Brian Stan or Shaq or something like that.
Shaq, holy shit!
I thought I heard Shaq. I thought I heard Shaq, but I don't know, man. But
I
man,
wouldn't tell Shaq.
Don't quit the fight game yet, man. You can use all this Gold Bond foot cream for while you're still fighting. But no, I don't know. I don't think it's time to retire yet. Mark Hunt just looked really good. He had a really patient game plan. Was that?
Yeah, at the same time, I feel like that was pretty telling of what he's going to look like against the elite.
Yeah, even Francis Ngannou. I don't think he would have done it in that manner, but that would have been a firefight. I would have much rather seen that fight, to be honest, than this fight, because it doesn't really do anything for either fighter. If Derek Lewis,
like Mark Hunt in the sun, I said that in the last episode. I was wrong about him, which I'm also going to say.
Oh yeah,
I
right.
changed my mind. Fight started. Yeah, after I said that I thought that Derek Lewis was going to win by knockout, I was like, what the fuck did I just say?
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that. I guess I was just going for the old Skip Bayless, but
oh yeah.
pretending like I don't know. I'm honestly embarrassed by that pick. I knew. I don't know why I said that. But anyway,
Theo said it too, if it makes you feel better. But I don't know. He was pretty, because Derek Lewis hits hard. I don't blame you guys for picking him per se. It's just he really does have a Street Fighter approach. He kind of has a Street Fighter cardio, and he has kind of the Street Fighter mentality. He's a tough dude.
Yeah, I believe that was the first fight of his that's ever gone past the second round, and that's fucking crazy.
Oh no, he went to the fourth round with that against Shamil Abracadabra or
And it was
something like that.
It was the second fight to go past the fourth round.
Yeah.
If I'm not, like a person said, that's not a very reliable source, and maybe I should have looked into that. But
Oh no, it happened in the fourth. Yeah, I don't
that's
know.
still fucking something special. I mean, considering how often now heavyweight fights go into later rounds,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Junior versus Ben Rothwell is the most recent one I can think of.
Not very often, but this is a weird thing for the division because if really who should have won this fight, what have made things more interesting is if Derek Lewis won, because now that Mark Hunt won, he's not going to get a title shot off this win. It doesn't really catapult him to the top 5. He's on a 1-fight win streak right now. He just lost his last 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah.
I love Mark Hunt, but this doesn't do anything interesting for the division, so it's kind of hard to pick who's going to fight
next. It's one of those things. It's like why I was glad that Max Holloway beat Jose Aldo, because now we've got nothing but new open road in front of the featherweight division. I feel like we'll see Aldo in one more title fight, and if Max is still up there, I think Max will beat him again.
Yeah, maybe.
And then we'll see Aldo ride off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Which I wish nothing but the best for Jose Aldo. I've always had a lot of respect for Aldo.
Yeah, me too.
But speaking of legitimate fights,
What's up?
August 26th.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Floyd
Oh, yeah.
Money Mayweather.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this again, guys.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah, no
This
more
is the
fake.
world weekend, folks.
Yeah, you heard it here first. This isn't fake news or anything like that. It's happening. But we already kind of talked about it a couple episodes ago about how we feel about how the fight's gonna take place. But I don't know, man. The only thing I don't like about this fight at this point. I mean, I'm intrigued by it, but man, I don't mean to sound like a snob now, but man, the casual fans are so annoying. They'll be like, Floyd's gonna knock him out in the first 10 seconds, or Conor McGregor's gonna knock this guy out in 10 seconds. It's like, have you guys watched boxing? Like, do you understand?
Neither one of these people are. Like, all right, for one, let's not act like Floyd can't knock people out, because,
he could back in the day.
As a boxing fan, Floyd wasn't always money. He used to be pretty boy, and apparently when he changed to money, he stopped knocking people out and got a little more defensive.
He used to be vicious, dude. Like, fucking vicious.
Absolutely.
Like Mike Tyson levels of vicious.
True.
And he hasn't looked the same. I mean, in a long time. But I mean, he looks good. Like, don't get me wrong. He's easily the best.
Great.
Yeah, one of the best ever. And this is an intriguing fight. I think this is one of the best to ever do it in boxing against probably gonna be one of the best to ever do it in MMA. And this is a huge fight. But the thing is, a lot of people are saying Conor McGregor's gonna knock him out in the first 10 seconds. You guys don't understand. Yeah, and it's not just that.
Well, I can't say that.
But it's science too, man. It's like, if you guys ever been hit by a 4-ounce glove, that's hard. That's less padding. A boxing glove obviously has lots and lots and lots of padding. And
what size gloves did they agree on?
I don't know. It usually depends. Usually they're about my size, so we usually use 10 to 14 ounces gloves, 10 to 12.
Sure. That's still a lot more than 4.
Yeah, and it's bigger padding too, so that power doesn't translate as well. There's less padding.
It's like getting hit in the head with a really thick pillow over and over and over again.
Yeah, that's exactly how that's to the T how it feels. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not very pleasant.
And no, it's not. And it's I mean, a lot of people have made the argument that, like, boxing is actually more dangerous than MMA.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like, I don't know how many people have seen this, because this is a really old video. I believe it was back when Rich Franklin was champion of the middleweight division.
Uh-huh.
Dana White and Rich Franklin went on the Bill O'Reilly show, I believe it was.
Oh, man, throwbacks.
Oh, this was a long time ago. But Dana White quite possibly had the worst defense for MMA I've ever heard. He was like, no, in boxing, you just punch each other in the head. MMA's safer because you can kick people in the head.
Yeah, that is not very compelling argument.
O'Reilly was like questioning that logic because it sounded fucking asinine.
It's stupid. But no, if you...
come across the way I think he wanted it to. I mean, I see what he's saying, but I don't really feel like that's an argument for it's safer.
It's definitely not. If you want to find out which is safer, type in list of boxing deaths in YouTube, and you'll see a 13-minute long video of just names of people who have died in the ring in boxing.
And also, to be fair, I mean, MMA on like the big circuit hasn't been around for a fraction of the time that boxing has been around. There have been MMA deaths in lesser.
Yeah, but that's an unsanctioned. That's like even the rules are in place. These rules are all really safe and they're all fair. There's some I disagree with, but like the one hand down rule. But these are safe. These rules are very effective in keeping people safe. Another thing that makes MMA safer is in boxing when you get knocked down, like you're fucking rocked, dude. Like you probably got knocked out or near knocked out. And then you get up in like less than 10 seconds, and then just go at it again. In MMA,
here's the problem with that. Like I especially in the wake of this whole Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather deal, we've seen a lot of people saying that boxers aren't warriors, and I don't really think that's to say.
No, dude, that's not true at all. What about Marcos Maidana? Plenty of warriors.
Mike Tyson,
Rocky Marciano, Buster Douglas. There's tons of warriors in boxing. Who was it? Yeah, the Iron Bull. Shit.
Marvin Hagler.
Yeah, Marvin Hagler. He's a fucking beast. Like you guys got to. Muhammad Ali. How are you forgetting that? That guy is the greatest warrior of all time, probably in boxing.
Warrior.
Like he is.
And I mean, I understand like the comparison and like saying that compared to MMA, per se, that they're not necessarily as much of a warrior as like say MMA fighters. I mean, I get that, but the real deal is you can't be a warrior without a long-sword.
Yeah, I think, or I don't know, man. I fail to see the comparison, but they don't use swords in the ring. But
it's all for the meme.
But yeah,
I mean, I get the comparison. Like there's more facets to MMA, obviously, but in boxing. You can't. I mean, they're fucking punching each other in the head for 36 minutes at a time.
Yeah, and sometimes they get knocked out and they have to get up again.
Like, who the fuck are these people to say that it's not?
No, dude, fucking boxing, it hurts, dude. Like, I know that's kind of a dumb thing to say. Getting punched in the face hurts, but when you're getting hit like over and over, and your head's flying backwards at like the slightest of jabs from a 10-ounce glove going to your face, that hurts, man. It sucks.
Yeah, and you got to think about these guys. That's all they do.
Yeah, and you got to pretend like it doesn't hurt, like most of the time too.
When I was training MMA, I was salty because that was right around the time that Floyd Mayweather made the statement that like MMA is for like barbarians and beer drinkers.
Damn right, just bleed, boy.
Yeah, and he was like, they take their shoes off, man. You ain't taking my shoes off. Like, that blew me away.
Oh,
the logic.
Oh man,
it fucked me up.
He's never seen pride, I suppose. Oh shit.
I was real salty. I was young, and I was talking to my trainer, and he said, "Well, I mean, it's the truth." Like,
I disagree.
The skill level in boxing is miles above MMA, and it's not to say that they have a wider skill set, but the skill level is much higher because you can be bad at one thing and great at another. You can be good at only one thing, i.e. in Maya.
Yeah, like you can be the best in one area and you can still like surpass everyone because they're not going to be on your level.
Yeah, and I mean, now as I'm older and I've come to understand both sports a little better, I understand that, yes, the skill level in boxing is miles above MMA, but it's not the skill range. Because obviously there are more tools in MMA, but it really is. It's a vastly different sport in which you only do one thing, and that's boxing.
Oh yeah.
You hear in a lot of MMA fights, they'll say his boxing is good.
Yeah.
You don't really often hear somebody in a boxing fight say, "Boy, his boxing looks good."
Yeah. No, there's so many subtle nuances in the way you move and stuff in boxing too that's different from MMA. Too, there's like
it doesn't translate directly over.
No, sometimes people it does, but like sometimes things don't work. Like you can't block as effectively with boxing gloves as you can with MMA gloves, obviously, because it's not.
Yeah.
It's just a different thing people forget sometimes too, translating from boxing to
Right.
MMA. It's different.
And like people have said that, Floyd Mayweather drilled takedown defense, he could be dominant in MMA. I'm not really sure about that.
He probably could be at least maybe like a bottom 15 guy, but nothing. He might even have huge power with those 4-ounce gloves. Who knows, man? I don't know. But
Back in the pretty boy era.
he probably could have been phenomenal, but this wasn't blowing up at the
He
time.
was fighting a lot. Like 140 was where he like hung around at the end of his career. Was 140 correct?
Yeah, he fought from flyweight, not flyweight. Wait, actually, I think he might have fought at flyweight, the boxing flyweight. Yeah, obviously, which is like 112
Mayweather?
pounds. Yeah, when he in Grand Rapids. Yeah.
Really? I
And
just knew that he was a welterweight or junior
he
welterweight.
fought in the Olympics, I believe. I might have to fact check myself on that, but he did fight at flyweight at one point in boxing.
Wow.
Yeah, that's tiny, really tiny.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine a person getting that small.
Yeah, man,
you know?
I can't even get that. I'm a little guy. I would die.
I'd be dead.
Yeah.
I'd
Well,
be
definitely.
more than dead. Yeah. 6'1", 200 pounds. Yeah,
Oh.
no, that's not happening
Yeah,
for
not
me.
even for me.
But
Speaking of rinks, sorry to change the subject, but one of my personal heroes in the grappling world, Sakuraba, got recently inducted to the UFC Hall of Fame. And what do you think of that, Harrison? What do you think of Sakuraba?
I think it's about time.
Yeah, dude. I wonder what took him so
He
long.
was a fucking pioneer. I don't know.
He was.
Honest to God, I have no idea and it seems so like random too. It was just like, oh, by the way, Kazuchi Sakuraba's in the Hall of Fame now, guys.
You guys probably don't understand. Like, he's mostly known for like all those pictures of his face being fucked or his ear exploding during matches, but like no one ever really talks about how revolutionary he was, like in the ground game. He did new shit no one ever saw before. Like he was doing crazy shit. He fought Hoist Gracie at the peak.
90 fucking minutes, man.
That's an hour and a half of fighting a guy in pajamas.
12 breaks, if I'm not mistaken. That's fucking absurd.
That is, and he beat Henzo. He was the best Gracie, like at the time. There was no one better than Henzo, and he broke his arm at his own game. He beat the Gracies at their own game 3 times.
And just like the magnitude of it when it happened,
oh yeah,
man. If I could have been there.
Yeah, man, I wish I could have been there. He actually influenced me to get back into grappling, because when I first started training when I was in high school, about 16, I was like, man, BJJ looks really cool. I was like, I went there, and I didn't click with it as much as when I just tried Taekwondo before that, because it went from Taekwondo to 7 to 9, and then Jiu-Jitsu to 9 to whatever the fuck it was at the time. And I took to Taekwondo a lot more and boxing a lot more. And then as soon as I started watching Sakuraba fight, because I wasn't around for the early days, obviously. I'm a young buck.
Right.
And everything he did was just so crazy. He looked like he was having fun out there. And that's like when things are most enjoyable, is when you're having fun, obviously.
He was making people have fun.
Everything he did he looked like he was having fun out there. Like, I think there was a fight. I don't remember what fight it was per se, but he grabbed the guy's foot and like spun him around like a carousel, just for and then just like he did crazy shit, like a Mongolian chop. He was just a legend, and I had to bring him up because he's really one of my heroes. I'm glad he finally got the recognition he deserved.
He belongs. Yeah.
And all right. And to segue off that, we have a pretty interesting card happening this weekend. Holm versus Kohea. Fuck, I don't know.
Pereira. As Thea might say.
Shit, I forgot. Holly Holm versus
Holly Holm
versus Beef Correria.
Yeah.
Bad girl Correria.
Beefy Beef. Beefy Beth.
But we're gonna check out this card.
Nah, or you could just go with like the pet peeve of mine and calling Holly Holm Holly Holmes.
Oh, people call it that?
It's the worst.
Are they dumb? I don't think I ever
I
called
guess.
it. We're gonna run through this card. We're gonna start the main event this time. Because this is a pretty, I don't know if I want to call it interesting. It's kind of an odd matchup to make, seeing as Holly Holm is on a 3-fight losing streak and is just coming down from the featherweight division. What do you think of this fight so far, Harrison? Like, how do you think it's gonna go?
I was gonna say I think it's a little odd too, but it's really it's not odd for the reason that you mentioned. It's just like it's so odd to me that here we are in 2017, and Holly Holm is fighting Betch Kohea. Like, I don't know. That just seems strange to me because I guess it all just goes back to Ronda Rousey, how Ronda demolished Betch Kohea in record time.
She ruined her career, man. As soon as she knocked out Betch Kohea, she thought she was a striker, and then she ran into Holly Holm.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, ripped.
Ravioli.
But
it's odd to me that this fight is even happening.
Yeah.
And it's just so shocking to me. I was talking to Theo, and I was saying, like I wish Holly would have held on to the belt.
Yeah, me too. She was so close too.
She's such a sweetheart, just a genuine person.
Yeah, she's so fucking talented, dude.
She's wonderful. She's it's just she's the kind of person you want representing the sport.
She's like a mom. I mean, she is a mom, but she's like always a mom all the time. But
yeah, she's a fucking angel sent directly from the heavens.
A preacher's daughter, per se.
Yes. You could perhaps say that. I think Bruce Buffer calls her that now and then, but it's shocking to me. I would like to say that Holm puts her away inside 5.
Oh,
but
nah.
For some reason, I think that she's gonna fight down to Betch Kohea. Because I honest to God, no disrespect to Betch Kohea, but I think there is a massive skill gap here.
Oh, absolutely. They're like not even on the same plane of existence in terms of striking. A 3-time boxing world champion and a kickboxing champion. Like, Holly Holm is like one of the best female boxers of all time. I'm not even overhyping her here. She is one of the best.
She's just had a rough run of things, and like maybe a fight like Betch Kohea is what she needs to straighten back out. But it's bewildering to me, and like please don't crucify me for using MMA math, but I mean, you saw Ronda knock her out. Holly knocked out Ronda. I mean,
1 + 4.
I know MMA math doesn't work, and for all I know, Betch is gonna walk out there and knock her out in one punch. I don't know.
Crazy. Holy shit.
I'd probably kill myself.
Holy
shit.
Dang.
Yeah. No, but
very dark.
It's just like it's just so wild to me that this fight's even happening. I don't know. I keep saying that, but
it is pretty weird.
How did we get here?
I know. I didn't think Betch. To be fair, Betch looked pretty good in her last fight. I mean, it was a close fight, and what was her name again? I don't remember. The Belizean Brawler or something like that. Bruiser. I don't remember her name at the top of my head. No disrespect. But she looked pretty good in that fight in the first round or two before she got caught. Like, she showed improved grappling, and her striking wasn't too pathetic. I mean, there's not too many good things to say about Betch, unfortunately. Sorry, girl, but you're just not that good. I'm trying to think of some positives to say.
Well, she is a warrior. I'll give her that.
Yeah, she's pretty tough, a little goofy.
She takes it to him, like not necessarily that works out for her, but she's willing to take the fight to her opponent, and props to her for that.
Yeah.
She's I mean, the fact that she's made it to the UFC stage, like, I mean, she just started training like 4 years at the time of the Rousey fight, so I guess 6 years now. But it shows. Okay. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but she's improving incrementally, but just not enough to beat Holly Holm. I think Holly Holm gets her. I was thinking third.
Second round. If she fights like the Holly Holm that fought Raquel Pennington, then I could see this fight going to a decision. I still think she wins it, 50-45, but I could see the fight going to a decision.
But yeah. Oh yeah. And then segueing into our next fight, one of my all-time favorite heavyweights, Andrei Arlovski, is fighting Marcin Tybura. I don't know. This fight is an interesting matchup because Marcin Tybura, he's a pretty good dude. He's pretty good at what he does. He got a really beautiful switch head kick knockout, I believe, against Victor Pesta. He looked great. And he had another fight that apparently Charlize Theron didn't like because she flipped him and the other fighter off of that fight. I don't remember who his opponent was at the time, but she flipped them both off. It's an interesting fight. I want my heart says Arlovsky, but my brain
Yeah,
says Tybura.
I think his time has come.
Like he's improving every fight, whereas Andre is insanely skilled. Don't get me wrong, but his chin's just not there anymore. It wasn't.
Yeah, it's a shame. Like
he's so
this is
skilled.
the part I
Like,
hate, and it's so strange because
like just,
this is really.
And then he gets caught by Augusta.
I don't want to say it's like the first time it's happening, but like this is the time when all of these guys that built, like turned the UFC into what it is, are getting old and falling off. Like Anderson Silva, Andre Arlovsky. I guess if you can say Jose Aldo. He's not old. He's only like 30, but like his range in. Chuck Liddell happened a while ago. Rich Franklin, Forrest Griffin's out.
He did build the featherweight division pretty much. And that's so it sucks. You can still see some of these fighters still have the skill. Like Andre Arlovsky moved his skill set up to where it should be for the modern day era, and it's not like Chuck Liddell. And it's kind of Chuck Liddell had it down too, but then their chin starts to go. There's nothing you really do. Like it doesn't matter how skilled you are. Same with Jake Ellenberger. He looks phenomenal in that Matt Brown fight. He looked like a new fighter, but his chin's just not there, and it sucks to see. Because you want to see these fighters that have the skill to succeed, but just sometimes the intangibles, can't ever really fix, which is unfortunate. But anyways, on to next fight, which I'm kind of excited about. Colby Covington versus the Dong, one of my favorite fighters. It's an interesting fight. It's gonna be a grappling match, obviously, but Colby Covington is fucking vicious on the ground. If you guys haven't seen this guy fight, really talented. He's fucking vicious. Like I saw he had a fight with this guy a while back in his debut. Can't remember the name once again. This is a while ago, but he made him tap, and that's pretty rare to see it make a guy tap due to strikes. And then, and the modern.
I believe I've seen him fight
destroyed him.
once or twice. Let me
who do you think is gonna win this fight, Harrison? Have you watched?
I feel like I saw his win against Mike Pyle. He TKO'd Mike Pyle, didn't he?
All right.
I'm looking.
I don't think so. I
maybe
can
I'm thinking
right
of a different fight.
I don't remember that. No, he did not. Oh, he decision Mike Pyle. You're close. But yeah, but he's a really good wrestler. He's trained with John Jones. He was a state.
I'm gonna have to go with
John
Kim.
Jones.
I think Kim's gonna pull it off.
Phenomenal wrestler. But who do you think gets it done, man?
The Dong will always expand. The all-encompassing Dong.
Really? You think the Dong is too good? Dude, the Dong, it depends which one shows up, because he's a really dominant grappler. Like, he's an exciting ground fighter. I really enjoy his fights. There's two different Kims, though. There's a really overpowering ground fighter, and then there's a fucking wild brawler that, like, knocked out, what was his name?
The Stunt Games.
No, not Tyron Woodley. He got knocked out by Tyron Woodley, but no, who did he knock out? Shit. This is really bothering me. It was like John Hathaway. He knocked him out in spectacular fashion. And Eric's,
right.
But the problem is that while the fighting style is exciting,
it doesn't. He'll probably never throw another one of those again.
Like it didn't work out against Tyron Woodley. And then he switched back to his style.
Yeah,
depends
it's
which one
bad.
shows up. Yeah, that was. Oh yeah, he threw that, didn't he? Then he got caught. Oh, yeah. He had a good run though. But I don't know. I think Colby Covington gets it done. I think he's gonna open some eyes in this fight. No disrespect to the Dong.
Oh shit!
All right, next we have an intriguing fight. We're gonna have RDA Rafael dos Anjos making his welterweight debut against Tarek Savage.
Man,
This is
right before you
reminded
me that this is a welterweight fight. Like I feel stupid for forgetting, but like I was all in for Dos Anjos. I think he has something to prove. Tarek Saffiedine isn't exactly an easy out. I think he's got the skill set to beat Tarek Saffiedine. Like, disgusting. But I think Dos Anjos will come out on top. I think maybe either a late submission or a decision, possibly even a TKO. I know that's pretty much just covered all my bases here, except for like doctor stoppage or disqualification. Yeah, he's gonna win somehow. Somehow, Tarek Saffiedine's gonna stomp on his head.
That's
Yes.
literally
He's gonna
every way
stomp
he
on
can
his
win.
head, and Rafael dos Anjos is
He's
gonna
win by
the fight.
DQ.
No, but I think either a late
flying,
submission
spinning
or
DQ.
by decision. I see Dos Anjos coming out there and winning. I don't think Dos Anjos makes it too much further into the division, but I think he wins tomorrow night.
No, me neither. I think his pressure. He's a really high pressure fighter, and not a lot of fighters can handle that. I love Tarek Saffiedine. Like, I used to love watching him in Strikeforce. He's really skilled on the feet, but the pressure that Rafael dos Anjos brings is unlike any other.
Yeah,
so
and something else is pretty interesting is this is
go the same as,
one of those things. It's like, no disrespect to Tarek Saffiedine, but he's a little bit of like a lower rated fighter, whereas his last two fights were against Eddie Alvarez, where, let's just be honest, he got caught. He got caught with a nasty, disgusting 7,000 punch combo. He was rocked from the first one.
Oh, absolutely. He was. Yeah.
Yeah, he was winning.
It was just kind of a.
But yeah, and I was going to get into the Tony thing. Like Tony Ferguson is the real fucking deal. Like I feel like
he didn't look good against
like
Tony,
Dana White said that Conor McGregor is going to fight in the UFC this year, but we all know that Dana doesn't always tell the whole truth. Yeah. I think that eventually Conor McGregor is probably not going to fight in the UFC anymore. I think Tony Ferguson is going to find his way to the throne of the lightweight division, and he's going to stick around for a while. And this, it's exciting for me because, like, there's been some speculation about post-USADA Rafael dos Anjos. Was he on something on that, dominant run he had in the lightweight division? What was it, 9-fight winning streak? I think it was like at least 7.
Oh yeah. No, nothing that crazy, but he looked really dominant. He was beating people up. Like, oh no, his first resurgence when he was trained at King's MMA was a 6-fight winning streak, which was snapped.
That was a weird. That was a weird
fight. 4-fight winning streak, knocking out Benson Henderson, which is insane because he's never been knocked out at that point in his career, and he had a tough chin in his own right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but that was a good justified in my opinion. Then he dominated Pettis, and then he destroyed Donald Cerrone.
He didn't, he looked amazing. That's the point I was getting to.
I don't know. He doesn't look too bad in my opinion in USADA. I mean, you got to think about who he's been fighting.
Not, and he doesn't look smaller or anything like that. He just,
No, not easy. No, he looks about the same.
Let me look.
He's getting a little older now at this point. You guys got to think he's, I don't know how old he is,
well, you
but he's
at
think,
least
probably in his late 30s.
People were thinking of Shogun as old back in, I think it was 2013. Whenever he fought Chael Sonnen,
that's not super old,
I thought
he's been fighting
Shogun
since
was an old man, and he was only 31 at the time. It blows my mind. Oh, dude's been around for ages.
Yeah.
It's just like Jose. I thought he was older, and he's just now 30 years old.
Yeah, these guys have been fighting for a while.
Bless his heart. Get into LeBron. God bless you.
Yeah, LeBron. He's getting that LeBron hairline too, poor guy. But nah, but yeah, sorry LeBron, but yeah, Rafael dos Anjos I think is gonna win by decision. But into the next fight, which I think is gonna be intriguing, is Takanori Gomi versus John Tuck. I think John Tuck's a pretty talented grappler from Guam. He looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I think he's going to submit Gomi.
Gomi's a joy to watch, but I think
not there. Unless you give him the firefight he wants, he's not usually going to win.
His day in the sun has come and passed. I think John Tuck will get it done.
Yeah. I'm just going to name 2 interesting fights I think you guys should watch out, or 3 actually. Justin Scoggins is making his return to the flyweight division, really talented kickboxer. He's fighting Oka Sasaki. I like this guy a lot, really fun grappler.
Skinwalker.
Really lanky, huge guy. He's like 5'10". Like, he's at the absolute peak of his skinniness in this division. He's a big dude. His last fight was against Wilson Hayes. He showed glimpses of brilliance in his striking. Lanky guy, obviously. He used took advantage of that reach advantage pretty good. That's an interesting fight you guys should check out. Another one of my personal favorites, Alex Caceres is fighting Rolando Dai. Alex Caceres is a very fun fighter to watch.
Fun to watch.
He's lives up to his moniker, Bruce Leroy. He's got really eclectic kind of fighting style, really flashy, fun. Yeah, really fun. And another fight you guys should check out is Kwan Ho Kwak versus Russell Doan. Both are really explosive, powerful, exciting guys. Very young, very hungry. It'll be fireworks. But yeah, it will. So that's pretty much the entire card for you guys. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week on the Hammerlock podcast, and we'll have Theo back, and we'll be Three Musketeers again.
Pray for me,
All
guys.
right, and we'll let you know about what happens with Harrison Bitch
or not,
and the Waynesville Nightmare. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Yeah, pray for Harrison in the comments. 1 like equals 1 prayer. See you next week, guys, or not.